这是第14周了，一起来练习一下。Lesson 1, Top Dog. This morning I did a stupid thing. I'm really in the doghouse with my boss. Really? What happened? This morning I was busy as a bee, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And suddenly, there's this salesman in front of me. How did he get past the security guard down in the lobby? He must have wormed his way in by shooting the bull with this guard. Anyway, he showed me this piece of paper which had our boss' signature on it. What was it for? He said it was for a new copier that our boss has approved. Right away, that should have sounded fishy to me. 涉及到的短语有 busy as a bee, fully occupied, very busy, in the doghouse, in trouble, having difficulty, run around like a chicken with its head cut off, to work hard and frantically, sound fishy, to seem unusual or unlikely, shoot a bull, to talk, to converse very informally, worm one's way into, to find a means of entering. Why weren't you suspicious right away? Well, this guy was a real wolf in sheep's clothing. He was very nice, sincere, and acted like he had my boss' authorization. So why are you in trouble? Because he asked me to sign a piece of paper too. I felt like a top dog being asked to put my name to that paper. When did you first smell a rat? When it was too late. I told my boss about it and he had a call. He was really upset. That salesman was a snake in the grass, wasn't he? Yes, and in this dog-eat-dog world, people like him are more common than ever before. 涉及到的短语有 dog-eat-dog world, a highly competitive situation, have a call, to become very upset, smell a rat, to suspect that something is wrong, snake in the grass, a cheater, top dog, the most important person, the person in charge, wolf in sheep's clothing, a person who seems nice but really had bad intentions. Lesson 2, straight from the horse's mouth. I can't believe the way Ned treats his body. He stuffs himself to the gills at every meal in the cafeteria. I know, and he wolfs down his food so fast that he makes noise. It's embarrassing to sit next to him. And of course, he smokes too many cigarettes. He usually has a frog in his throat from smoking so much. Once I tried to advise him to change his ways, but he just laughed in my face. That really got my goat. I bet. I once suggested that he try to quit smoking cold turkey, but he wouldn't consider that for a moment. We shouldn't let someone like that ruffle our feathers. He deserves whatever happens to him. 涉及到的短语有 get one's goat, to annoy, to irritate, have a frog in one's throat, to be hoarse, to speak in a raspy voice, quit cold turkey, to stop suddenly and completely, ruffle one's feathers, to disturb, to bother, stuff oneself to the gills, to eat too much, wolf down, to eat too quickly. Ned's problem is that he doesn't belong in a school setting. He's like a fish out of water here. You're right. There's no point paying so much tuition if you are just going to horse around. Do you know that Ned is in college only to satisfy his parents? How do you know? I got it straight from the horse's mouth, Ned told me himself. I thought it was because he couldn't stand living with his parents and wanted to fly the coop. That was the cock and bull story that he told most people. Actually, he tried to convince his parents that he wanted to get a job, but he was just beating a dead horse. They absolutely wouldn't let him. That sounds like my problem exactly. 涉及到的短语有 beat a dead horse, to try to do something impossible. Cock and bull story, a lie, an exaggeration. Fly the coop, to escape, to leave. Horse around, to be wasting time, not to be serious. Like a fish out of water, in an uncomfortable situation. Straight from the horse's mouth, directed from the person involved. Lesson 3. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Parker, I'm really pleased with myself. I got a great deal on a new car. What? Aren't you and Judy saving money to buy a house? Yeah, sure we are, but we make enough money to afford a car too. That's not what I understand from Judy. She thinks that you two live high on the hog enough right now. Besides, your present car isn't that old. So you think Judy is going to be mad as a wet hen when I tell her? You mean you haven't told her yet? I think you'll stir up a hornet's nest with this, Steve. I bet the fur will fly when you get home. I don't think so. Anyway, her bark is worse than her bite. I don't want to be there to hear her bark. 涉及到短语有 live high on the hog, live in luxury, mad as a white hen, very angry. One's bark is worse than one's bite. One complains loudly but does little. Stir up a hornet's nest, to cause problems. The fur will fly. There will be a serious argument. Well, Parker, after what you told me, I was shaken to tell Judy about the car. I parked it down the street and around the corner. You are kidding. How did you explain that you didn't have your car? She didn't notice. Finally, I took the bull by the horns and gave her the news. What was her reaction? Needless to say, she was angry. She said that it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh boy, I bet she cooked a goose. She did. She insisted I try to return it to the dealer right away. Return a car? I'd never heard of that before. Yeah, she was just making a mountain out of a molehill. Anyway, I smoothed her feathers by promising to work a lot of overtime and to share the car with her. Did she accept that explanation? Yes, and after she saw the car, she was happy as a lark. 涉及到短语有 be chicken, to be afraid, cook one's goose, to criticize or punish severely. Happy as a lark, very pleased. Make a mountain out of a molehill, to make a situation more serious than it really is. Smooth one's feathers, to calm down, to appease. Take the bull by the horns, to finally make effort. The straw that breaks the camel's back, the last unacceptable action. Lesson 4. Put it on the dog. Boy, Jackie, you look like something the cat dragged in. You are not going to the dinner party dressed like that, are you? Of course not, Clara. I just came back from buying a new dress, shoes, and purse. I'm really going to put on the dog. Get dressed right now and show me. Okay, in the meanwhile, let's talk turkey. Are you ready to go on a date with our new neighbor, Teddy Peters? You know, he's single and very attractive. Jackie, are you putting a bug in my ear again? Well, I guess so. I just think he might be right for you. You always talk about getting married, so maybe it's time to fish or cut bait. 涉及到短语有 fish or cut bait, to either take action or stop doing something. Look like something the cat dragged in, to be poorly dressed, to look sloppy. Put a bug in one's ear, to make a suggestion. Put on dog, to dress nicely, to dress cute. Talk turkey, to discuss a matter seriously. Come on, Jackie, you are getting dressed at a snail's pace. Hold your horses, Clara. I'll be finishing in a minute. See, it sounds like it's raining cats and dogs outside. That's too bad. My new shoes will get wet. There, how do I look? You look good. I'm impressed. Just good? Yes, you look fine. If there's something you are not telling me, had the cat got your tongue? Well, if you ask me, those earrings are for the birds. They are too big for your face. Okay, other than that, do I look good? You look great. Tonight, the world will be your oyster. 涉及到的短语有 at a snail's pace, very slowly. For the birds, not good, bad. Hold one's horses, to wait, to be patient. Ring cats and dogs, to ring very hard. The cat has one's tongue. One is unable or unwilling to speak. The world will be one's oyster. Everything will turn out well. That's all for week 14. See you next week.